What's going on, guys? This is my new show that's going to be on my channel. It's going to be called Movie News with MovieCrunch. What it is if you didn't know, school has started, so it's harder for me to upload videos onto the channel during the week. So every Saturday, I'm going to be making this show where I'm going to be talking about this week in movie news and everything that came out this week. I'm still going to be posting during the week, but this is just going to be the main show on the channel. So, get used to seeing my mug on Saturdays. So this week, some of the movie news wasn't very crazy good. Like there wasn't any Star Wars news, which is disappointing. Which a couple, maybe it was like last week or the week before, was insane Star Wars news. JJ was really pissed. Starting off this week, the movie news, DC. It hadn't been official. It's not official by DC has not come out and said anything about it. I don't believe last time I checked they haven't. But I think someone from Collider maybe dropped the story, but it was that DC is implementing no humor into their movies, which doesn't make any sense to me. Why? Why not have any humor in your movies? Marvel is so good, and they have a bunch of humor, but I guess I think they might be trying to separate themselves from Marvel, trying to make them and Marvel completely separate. Because if they make movies like Marvel with a lot of humor, then people are gonna be like, oh, they're just ripping off Marvel with what they're trying to do in their movies. So I see where they're coming from, but I still think it's a horrible idea. I mean, most people aren't gonna go to the movies and just be like, I don't want to enjoy. Like, I don't want to, I just want to see darkness everywhere. I don't want to even have a smile on my face during this whole movie. You know what I mean? Doesn't make any sense to me. But we never know. It might work out great, like it did for the Batman, the Dark Knight trilogy. Which, I mean, but even those had a little bit of humor in it. So, I mean, I don't know where they're. Hopefully it works out because I love DC and I love their properties that they have. You know, Batman and Superman. They have the two biggest properties you can have in the superhero business. So I don't know. We'll see how it works out. The next thing that we have this week was Chris Hemsworth, Thor. If you didn't know who Chris Hemsworth was, but if you don't know who that is, just Chris Hemsworth signed on to be in the new reboot, not remake, reboot of Vacation. Which so they say that it's gonna be that Chris Hemsworth is gonna play Audrey's wife, husband. Sorry. And he's supposed to be a newscaster. I forget what his name is gonna be. And I'm really looking forward to this reboot of Vacation. The one thing bugs me and I mean, it's not even a big deal. I mean, whatever, but it's just Ed Helms is going to be a grown up Rusty. And that just, if you go back and watch Vacation, Rusty, that's not Ed Helms grown up, like, at all. Like, whenever I picture Rusty as an adult, I don't see Ed Helms. So, I mean, Ed Helms he's really funny, he's a great comedian. I see why they got him, because this movie has to be funny. But they could have done a little better on that. I mean, Ed Helms is not Rusty. That's just, it doesn't work. I'm not going to be able to go through the movie. I'm going to be going through the movie like, that's not Rusty. Looks nothing, no similar traits at all. You know? Yeah. But I hope it works out. I mean, it should be. But I hope it works out. I mean, it should be hilarious. I hope it's hilarious, especially with Ed Helms. He's one of my favorite comedians. I love him on The Office, and even in Hangover Part 1 and 2, I thought he was hilarious. And even Hangover Part 3, I don't want to talk about that. But he was really, the post-credit scene Hangover Part 3 was hilarious. Next up, we got the Richard Pryor biopic that's just gone into production, which I think it was the early 2000s or maybe late 90s. They were supposed to already make one, a biopic about Richard Pryor, but Richard Pryor himself said he didn't want it to be made, so of course they're not going to make it. They can't. But now they were getting, but now they're making one, but they were having trouble getting it started, just with everything, money wise and everything. But by the almighty Oprah, it's gonna be made. And they say that, they say, it's been confirmed that Mike Epps, the comedian, is going to play Richard Pryor. And they said that he beat out Marlon Wayans and also, I'm reading it right here, Nick Cannon. And I think Mike Epps is the best. He looks the most like Richard Pryor, and also I love Mike Epps seeing his stand up. It's so hilarious. Marlon Wayans could have been okay, but he see what I have in movies is they need to resemble the person you're making the movie about as much as possible. I think Mike Epps gets really close. Marlon Wayans, he would have to, if Marlon Wayans was gonna do this movie, he'd have to put on some pounds because he's just really skinny and it wouldn't work. And Nick Cannon Nick Cannon, was he really even in the running for the role of Richard Pryor? What? And also we have this week Charlie Hunnam just got the role of King Arthur in the movie that's coming out in a few years. I don't know when it's coming out. I'm gonna take a guess if he just got casted. I'm gonna say maybe 2017, maybe 2018. But I don't know. I mean, I've watched Sons of Anarchy a little bit, and I like him in the show. Pacific Rim. I mean, you didn't have to have Charlie Hunnam in Pacific Rim for it to be a good movie. I loved Pacific Rim, but he wasn't like a main. Oh my gosh, Charlie Hunnam was so good. Like, no, just get the robots and the monsters fighting, and it's a good movie. And also, Charlie Hunnam's co-star in Pacific Rim, Idris Elba, is signed on to play like a Merlin type person. I guess that's what I've heard. But I'm just gonna say it's Merlin because people throwing around the words Merlin type character, but I'm just gonna say it's Merlin because there's no other Merlin in the yeah. So if this was my movie, I probably wouldn't have cast Charlie Hunnam as King Arthur, but we'll see how it is. That's the theme of the show. We'll see how it is, but I hope he kicks it. I hope he knocks it out of the park. But just we'll see. With the last piece of movie news I'm going to talk about that happened this week, which I'm the most excited about out of all these, Joaquin Phoenix is getting closer to the role as Doctor Strange, which is so awesome. Which means he beat out Benedict Cumberbatch and some of the other people that were also rumored. I can't remember what the other guy's name was. I just watched a video of it earlier, but I've been studying up all this stuff and just totally forgot. Which Benedict Cumberbatch I think would have been really cool, Doctor Strange. But I also love Joaquin Phoenix, and Joaquin Phoenix doesn't take a role that he can't do, and he doesn't think is like great. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what he does with the character. And I mean, it's not confirmed yet, but I'm going as like it is confirmed because it wouldn't be movie news if it wasn't even close to being confirmed. So, Joaquin Phoenix is Doctor Strange in my book. So, I cannot wait to see what he does with this character. Alright guys, I think that's going to do it for this episode of Movie News with MovieCrunch. Tell me if you liked it down below. I'm going to be doing this every Saturday, unless y'all just completely hate it and think I should not do it anymore and give up on my dreams. But if you liked it anyway, follow me on Twitter at OutlawNoah so you can see what I'm talking about and keep up with all the movie news and also get my opinion on it. So other than that, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all later.